Hello, life coaches and Facebook Live. It's great to be on this call. I'm so excited for this new series for the next 6 weeks because it's all around coaching. And that's probably one of my most favorite subjects of everything I've ever studied. So please say hello, Raul. It's great to have you here.
Hey, hello, Seal, and hello, everybody. And yes, always a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to connect. And thanks for inviting me.
You're so welcome. So, when I was growing up, that was a long time ago. I'll just tell you guys that whenever I heard the word coach, coaching wasn't around that much. You know what I thought about when I heard the word coach? I thought about the football coach for the varsity football team, or the basketball coach, because that was really the only coaching that was around, or the physical ed coach, right, in high school. That's what came to mind when I thought of a coach. And now that is so different in the world in which we live in today. Wouldn't you say, Raul?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the world is changing. And yeah, you could see just coach applied in many different ways and industries, which is great. I mean, which is great. So, but yeah, I think that it's very different now.
So before we go any further, if you want the worksheet that we're going to be handing out or sending out, just type in coach in the comment section. And one more thing, if you're watching live, type live in the comment section. And if you're not and you're watching it as a replay, type in replay. We would so appreciate that. So how do you know if you need a coach? How do you and when do you need a coach? I think that is a very important question to ask yourself. And a lot of that's common sense, because if you're trying to excel or expand in your business or in any area of life that you would like to improve and get better at, and you're not able to, make that happen, I would say you need a coach. And, I'd like to touch on business because a lot of times we're wanting so desperately to expand our business and we don't know how. And we tried a lot of things and we haven't gotten the results that we want. So I would say you need a coach. And a lot of times there's a lot of unknowns there. And if you could just pinpoint the unknowns and just get one right answer and take one right step so you can move in the right direction and know you're moving in the right direction, oh my gosh, that coaching session is worth its weight in gold. And then the other point that I'd like to make, and this used to really grate on my nerves when I'd hear people say this, is, just work harder to get that result. And that's not true anymore. It's okay to work hard because I like to work hard. I feel great when I get a result, but if I'm not getting the result and I'm getting the same thing over and over again, which is not winning and not going forward, I think you need to switch it. And you guys may hate me when I say this, and work smarter. And that would be, again, where a really good coach would come into play. So when you start working with a coach will help you define. One thing I love about a great coach, a superb coach, they'll help you find the right targets and the right steps for you to take that's on the right gradient for you so you can win with it and head toward being a champion if you so desire. And another thing that I like with a really good coach is you have to be able to be honest with that coach. And if you cannot be honest, and if that coach is not able to see when you're being dishonest and can't help you be honest with those things you're being dishonest about, probably not the right coach, because the honesty in any given situation is what will cause major improvements, major uptrends in the direction that you want to go. The third point on having a great coach is there's somebody there that is holding you accountable. And that used to scare me a lot, accountable, because I associate accountable with getting some form of abuse, getting backlashed, or reprimanded, or scolded, or in trouble. And that doesn't necessarily have to come with being accountable. And I think a great coach, because I think about, and it's a story that we're going to share probably in the fourth session, I think, a great coach reminds me of the coach that I have, my fitness trainer. He's always there, but guess what? I'm always there too. And that's accountability, but he doesn't have to, hold me down and, beat me over the head with the rod to make me be accountable. I want to be accountable. So, Rahul, why don't you tell us, explain to this group, what is a coach? Because a lot of people, I bet, have never even looked up the definition of a coach, and you're going to be surprised.
Yeah, definitely. And there might be like different definitions, right? And just listening to you, Seal, and I think this is really important as well. Does everybody need a coach? Not really, because that's really the other piece, right? Does everybody need one? Not really. And I think that that's another important piece in this definition. So let me just share that with you all. So let's start there. What's a coach? Here we go.
Okay, so a coach is a person. Okay, please note, a person or a private tutor who trains individuals to increase knowledge, skills, awareness, integrity, relationships, and mastery in order to excel and win at their chosen games of life.
Thank you, Seal. And I think, again, I mean, this is a great definition. By the way, if you want to just take a picture, if you want to capture the screen, I mean, this is such a great definition, right? And just on this definition, I would say, especially about what a coach is, I would say two things on this definition. First, if you want to excel, right? If you really want to make a difference, if you want to excel, then a coach would be important for you, would be helpful for you. But then the other aspect in which I think that definition is so important is, I mean, if you want to excel, but also if you are clear about what game do you really want to excel in. The coach, and this is very important, the coach shouldn't tell you what game to play. That's really on you. And that's why I think, does everybody need a coach? Not really. But if you're clear what your game is, right? Whatever that game is, professionally, sports, because this could be applied in any industry. But if you're clear about your game, and if you want to excel, then we know a coach would be super, super helpful to you, because yes, it will help. He will help you increase that knowledge, that skill, that mastery, that awareness, integrity, having better relationships, all that. But before even working with a coach, do you really know what your game is? Because that's on you. You have to choose that. And then if you really want to excel, then a coach would be super helpful. And that's why I think that definition is super, super important. Then the other aspect about a coach, I mean, what's really the key intention or the key purpose of a coach? It is really to produce a champion. I mean, that's obviously a long-term goal. If it's a great coach, they have that target in mind. I really want to help this person to become a master of their game. You see, it's not the coach telling the other person what the game is. The other person wants to play this game and they want to do it good. They want to excel. Now, the coach wants to help that person become so successful, a champion, right? So that's in a long term, but it really starts at the beginning by helping that person get better, get better in that game. Wouldn't you say that, Sil?
Yeah, when you mentioned that word champion, we talked earlier about this, and I'm like, well, when I'm coaching someone, whether or not it's my grandson or whether it's a business owner or someone who's already masterful in their field, um, my goal is to take what they want and to help them do that to the best of their ability. And I know if I do it on the right gradient so that they can win, that each step on the ladder will cause another win and a bigger win, and they'll get closer and closer and closer until they master the thing that they're trying to master, if that's what they're wanting to do. So it's all done on a gradient. It can get quite abusive if you start out trying to coach someone in the first coaching session to be a champion. You know what I mean? It's like not fun.
Definitely. And a great coach really wants you to shine,
Yeah.
right? I mean, really wants you to shine, but it starts in a gradient, right? Just by you getting better step by step, at the beginning. Then the
Mhm.
other thing, especially talking about a coach, but not just any coach, just talking about great coaches. A great coach knows the formula for creating masterpieces, right? A great
Yeah.
coach really knows that formula. How do you create a masterpiece? Well, pretty much you have to break down
Yeah.
the skills needed to do that. And this is very important, right? Because a great coach is not going to do the things for you, but a great coach is going to help you drill and practice, drill and practice, drill and practice, drill and practice every single aspect of the key abilities or the key skills that you need to really be a master in that game, in that activity. So that is really, really important. And what I mean by that, let me give you an example. For example, we're talking about sales, right? A great sales coach would probably make you drill cold calling. And then when you
Mhm.
get really good with that, then he's going to make you drill pre-qualifying, right? And then
Mhm.
when you get good
Mhm.
with that, he's going to make you drill, all right, so presentation, right? And then you're good with that. Now you drill closing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
not going to do the work for you, but
Mhm.
he's going to make you practice and drill, practice and drill,
Mhm.
practice and drill each
Mhm.
part of those abilities and skills until you become a champion. And you know
Mhm.
what? A great coach doesn't want you to be dependent on him or her.
Yeah.
They really want you to shine by yourself,
Yeah.
by your all your abilities. That's what I would say on that, Sil.
Oh, thank you. Such great learning. So, just to do a quick recap, coaches coach to make champions, but to the other point, they coach on the correct gradient so the person can win and get up to that champion level. And champions, we know, are masters of the games that they choose to play. If you look at the Super Bowl, the NFL, they're champions. Even the top two, the one that's going to lose, and it's still a champion. Why? Because they made it all the way to the top. So again, if you want the worksheet, type in coach in the comment section. And then we have a great story by a personal friend of mine who is also a client. I met him in the business, met him in 2012. He's actually shared his name with us. It's by David Pritchard. It will be posted in the Facebook Live group for you guys. It's a story written by him in great detail. Phenomenal story, and two areas of his life that he took to mastery and that he really excelled in by having a coach and using some of the techniques that we teach, how it actually has affected his company. And now his company is in a position to earn $7 million in revenue in 2022. I mean, oh my God, that's such a great phenomenal story. And then he also shared a little bit more personal story on a personal level about an accident that he had. He got gored by a Cape buffalo. I know the whole entire story. It's like a friggin' movie listening to him. I don't know how he survived it, but I will tell you that he escaped having a surgery by coming here and working with Jeff, one of our other coaches, and was able to handle whatever was impinging spiritually and emotionally in his space, to where he didn't end up having to have the surgery, and he's gone surgery free for 2 years. So I don't know what else you could want. Successful business, body is healed, no surgery, using and having a great coach, and and learning the techniques himself so he could apply it and create the kind of team to deliver those kind of results in his business. So with that, thank you so much. We have loved being with you, and love this title, this 6 week, next 6 weeks on coaching, because if you look at the definition, it's not just a tutor, it's a person, and everybody is a coach, because you're either helping someone, believe in themselves that they can do it, or you're, helping them think that they can't do it. So that's a coach. It starts out as little as that. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Raul.